I want to get away from the transfer window for 1 minute, although someone might want to remind United that it's still open. Let's focus on the players that are returning to Carrington now after what was the worst season of football I've ever seen a United team produce. It's clear United aren't going to be able to do a full squad overhaul in one transfer window. This isn't a FIFA career mode after all. So Amorim will have to work with a lot of the players that he did last season. Whether you think he's been set up to fail or not, he's got to make the most of the players at his disposal now. And for me, that simply wasn't done last year. This squad shouldn't be finishing 15th, as bad as we think it is. It's not that bad. But hopefully with a pre-season under their belt, that can translate to things on the pitch now. But which players have the most to prove under Amorim? No one came out of last year in a good light, but I've narrowed it down to 5 players for today's video whose next season really does define whether they're going to make it long term at United or not. If you enjoyed the video, guys, drop her a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's get into it.
Go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And first out, I've picked Mino. And I honestly still can't believe how last season panned out for him. The season before, he already looked a ready-made world beater, running United's midfield as a teenager. He was playing for England at the Euros, and United seemed to have a crop of talented youngsters that we could really get behind. But fast forward and one's been kicked out, one's heavily feeling the pressure of being United's front man, and the other in Mino, we're really just not sure where he fits. And that's the major issue for Mino under Amorim. And to be honest, it's also Amorim's problem as well. Because a youngster as talented as Mino is, and I think after last season we do heavily forget just how talented this kid is. I always remember watching him come through the ranks and you immediately just think he's just got it. Garnacho, others, you started looking at him going, they might make it. But with Mino, I was just so sure of it. The dribbling, the calmness under pressure, he looked Premier League ready. Yes, there were things to improve on, like his passing range, but we assumed they would come with time. The trouble now is he's played as a 10, doesn't seem to fully suit there, even though he's shown the ability to find the net before. As a 6, he seems to need a partner with a bit more agility and speed, you feel? And then that 8 position does seem the best fit for him. But the trouble is now, Fernandes looks as if he's nailed down that position, and we know that he doesn't miss many games. So Mino has a lot of work to do this season to prove his worth and really showcase his talent. He's got to do that to Amorim now, and he's got to prove that he can fit into this system. But after the fumbles we've made with so many other academy stars in recent seasons, I just really hope that Mino's not going to fall into that category and be another one of those players showing his best stuff outside of United.
No! God, please, no! No!
Next up, Manuel Ugarte, a player who's taken some flack throughout the course of last season and definitely heavily from me at times. The price tag hasn't helped him out one bit. If he cost 20-30 mil, we'd be saying, well, he's a usable player. He's got tenacity, he's got bundles of energy, he's got the basics of that midfield role. But to be a long-term player for United, I just want more. It's great bundling into tackles, but can we be more positionally disciplined? Can we show a greater passing range to help United in midfield compete with the very top players? Can we show greater composure, show a greater passing range to really help United's midfield compete with the top of the Premier League? If he can't, then football is a lot more than just having that dog in you. Can he prove me wrong next season? And can he prove why United paid so much for him? And thirdly, Mason Mount. Again, another huge price tag. Again, another disappointing start in a red shirt. There were moments last season, but we definitely need more. Injuries have obviously played a huge part yet again, but again, the fit with Ten Hag just made little sense. Under Amorim, one of the 10 roles did seem ready-made for him, as that was what he was doing in his Chelsea days. But with United looking to bolster their attacking options for next season, Cunha, probably Mbuemo, they play in those 10 positions. So where does Mount fit in? Amorim showed huge faith starting him in that Europa League final. That didn't really pay off. But can he have a campaign where his fitness holds out and he shows us the player he can be? The energy is there whenever he plays and he's shown he can be a very tidy player. But we just need more now. The injuries, a lot of that stuff is down to just pure luck. So he does need some of that for next season. But if next season is not a successful one, then he potentially goes down as one of the biggest flops United have made in the transfer market in the last decade. And that's saying something. But the quality for Mount definitely is still there.
You feel me? Like, for real.
Do you feel him, sir?
Penultimately, Andre Onana. It looks as if he's going to be United's number one come next season, despite United being linked to a number of others. Simple mistakes just cropped up far too regularly last season, and again, whether it's tactical intent or not, we haven't seen enough of that passing range. The reason why, really, we did bring him to the club. We obviously fantasise over what he did at Inter, but he hasn't done that so far, really, at United. Even with that passing range, though, Onana's persistence on parrying the ball into dangerous areas, he's never become that commanding number one that we hoped he was going to. That number one that really does give the defenders belief. Onana's lucky that United have other issues in the transfer market to sort out this summer, and we can't really afford to be getting rid of him and bringing someone else in. So he's probably going to get another chance next year, but it really does feel now that it is do or die for him. And lastly, I've gone with Lisandro Martinez, who did seem to be finding his feet under Amorim just before he had that really bad injury. But Euro filling in well in that spot that Martinez was playing at left centre-back. Martinez has to force his way back into this team now. It did look as if the back three did suit Martinez a lot more, relying less on his physicality, obviously his height, but you're relying more on his passing ability, the qualities that he really does have. So I think that did bring out the best side of him. And that ability to pick the pass from the defensive positions was heavily missing when he was out last season, as United did miss that passing from the back. But he was another rather expensive addition from Ten Hag's reign that really hasn't quite shown enough to justify that price tag. He's had good moments, but next season now, under Amorim, coming back from injury, it's another huge season for him as to whether he's going to be a long-term United player or not, and whether he fits into Amorim's plans. And there we are, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments down below. Who do you think has the biggest point to prove as a player under Amorim next season? As I've said, guys, if you enjoyed the video, drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you in the next one.